All right. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another show. This is You Made Roscoe. I am he. Today, I'm here with Miss Sha'Shay Neve. And she's here with us today.
Sha'Shay Neve.
Yes, indeed. No other like her.
Well, what's up?
And we also have my partner in crime, OG Zo. You know what I mean? He's right here with me. So now that we've gotten the introductions out of the way, today I want to ask you, lady and gentlemen, a particular question. And that question is, are we too sensitive in today's world? And when I say too sensitive, I mean just in general. I mean in pop culture terms. You know, just I'm just throwing it out there. Like, how do you feel about us in sensitivity? And seeing that Sha'Shay, she's new to the show, I will allow her, and her being the lady, of course. I'm gonna allow you to go ahead and shoot your shot first. You know, so go ahead, and I'm gonna let you speak. Do you think that people are too sensitive out here?
I definitely think they are. I think everything is just absolutely too sensitive right now. We can't have a comedy show in peace. Let's start right there. Can we have a comedy show in peace? Can we have some real comedy where we can sit down and laugh at the jokes that get said without people getting sued? Sued and booed.
Right. Yeah.
What is the problem? What about Bernie Mac? If we had Bernie Mac still out here saying, you know, what do you say? I'm gonna fuck a kid up. What would they be doing there? They'd be locked his ass up and investigate his whole motherfucking situation. Like, oh, he's talking about abusing kids. Like, come on now, wait a minute.
Right.
Can we talk? Can we joke a little bit? Can we have a little laughter?
No. Yeah, apparently not. Apparently not. But,
I mean, what's that?
It's crazy out here. So what you gotta say, brother?
And like I said in the beginning, this shit's just, it's crazy. It makes people scared, and then it stops all the creative shit.
Yeah.
It can't be funny anymore. Some people might be offended. If you're offended, just don't watch it.
Can't be.
I don't understand how hard that is for people to understand it, but that is what it is. People are just way too sensitive.
Let me ask y'all this.
It's the participation generation, right? When you just got, fucking passing shit just for showing up. Everybody got a ribbon. It didn't matter about if you were first, second, or third. Everybody was equal, and that's not how it should be.
Mm-hmm.
No. What I mean,
you gotta lose
with these people.
No,
like if y'all like Sha'Shay, if you had a chance to speak to one of these people who they felt like, let's say you at a comedy event and you sitting next to some lady who's getting offended by the jokes that she's hearing, how are you gonna deal with that situation?
I'm like, you don't even need to be here. You paid your money to come. You know what the fuck you was coming to see. So what is the problem? You want to keep being mad? This is the time we came to come and laugh and joke about stuff. I mean, at the same time, you know, they be saying how certain stuff is inappropriate and all this extra shit. Like back in our day when I was a kid, I know we was told to leave the room, get the fuck out of the room, grown people talking. You know what I'm saying? This is what we do. This is our free space. You know what I'm saying? Kids couldn't get a Pepsi. They got BK. You know what I'm saying? Certain shit like why can't we have our fun in peace? Why can't we have our elements in peace? Now we can't have a freedom. It's like they taking away a freedom of speech. We can't have a freedom to do any motherfucking thing. Everything can come with a consequence.
Yeah.
Yep. When you give any right.
Like, leave me the fuck alone. If you don't like the show.
Yeah, you don't have to be there.
It's terrible.
No, go ahead. So I'm sorry.
No, she said Bernie Mac, but I would love to hear it if fucking Patrice O'Neal was.
Oh Jesus,
man, this shit. It ruins the shit. I mean, comedy shouldn't even be touched anyway. but nothing should be touched on in general because everybody's entitled to their opinion. So if you don't like it, just don't watch it.
Yeah.
It's just simply that. Like, if you're offended, like, who hasn't? You should be the butt of a joke. Like, you have to lose for winning to matter, you know? Otherwise, I mean, if everybody just won all the time, you know how boring that shit's gonna be.
No, I think people like Dave Chappelle they've tried to point out like for these other groups who do get offended, and I think they try to point out in their comedy
LGBT.
They should have an equality in this shit. Like, if you looking for equality, that means you have to take the good with the bad in equality. That means just if like I can rag on you, that means like I can rag on this person, and that person, and you included in that. You know what I mean? So they got to be able to take all that, and that's something they don't understand. So.
Right, that's something like tough, like have a tough skin. But I mean, everybody was talking about at one point about people get talked about for being skinny, people get talked about for being fat, people talk about being black, some people get talked about being white. I mean, people get talked about every motherfucking thing. I think the only line that they should be able to draw in is racism. Other than that, you know what I'm saying, we're talking about or fat ass, you know what I'm saying, whatever the fuck it was, it's something that was funny, you know what I'm saying, because they make it a big thing about LGBT and how we suffer, how they suffer so long, and you know how it was bad for people when you couldn't come out the closet and all this other stuff, the ridicule that they face. And I mean, if you was a skinny motherfucker, you was the steak, you would face some ridicule. If you was a fat cornbread fat motherfucker back in the day, you definitely was getting talked about. You could have, I mean, in the same category as a gay person. So I mean, at the same, in a nutshell, no, well, I ain't gonna say that because you know what they say, sticks and stones might break your bones, but words never hurt because you know words can sometimes cut harder than an actual slice. That motherfucker be bleeding for eternity.
Yeah, but whose fault is that?
The motherfucker that said to you, but you should not take it personal.
Yeah.
Yeah, you shouldn't take it personal.
You can't overlook some shit. Like you can't let a motherfucker define your character and who the fuck you are. You know what I'm saying? Because you know who you are. You know what you bring to the table. You can't let this other person have power to say who you are. You know what I'm saying? You know who you are. You know what you are. Don't let them claim your life.
But rarely do people actually. I mean, like, do you like everything that you like? Everything a person says is not going to be liked by a lot of people. You know, you can't go through your life and just the moment you disagree with somebody, they're cut off. And that's basically what it is. It's like you have a comedian that have, you know, a long stint in the game, and then they say something. And it's like, no, because some shit is funny to a lot of people. Like,
and then they want to be like, oh, cancel him, cancel.
Yeah. And it ruins the creativeness. It ruins it all. Like, then you don't have the same. It's not going to be a thing. It really is.
To me, is
being truthful is illegal. Yeah. Being truthful is illegal. So it's like,
no, people just not being real. They not being real with themselves, because I mean, I really don't know where all this sensitivity came from. But it like it's getting to the point. It's getting to the point where it is affecting, like, even down to how they rewriting history. Like, they are actually like changing the way history is written, just based off of people's feelings. Because you know that, and you know, and not to point out nobody, but this is white people in a lot of cases where the history of what actually happened with slavery and all this stuff, they don't want these stories to get out to their kids. They want a whitewash version of history and how things went down. And so, like, that's what we got with people's feelings right now. Is like, it's gotten to that point where, just like what you were saying, so like the truth is now not a good thing no more. Like the real history.
Illegal. You better not talk about it. You better not talk about it. Right, you better not talk about it. And that's a shame. It's like the lie is a new reality. Everybody want to live in a lie or believe in a lie or believe in something that's inconceivable before they really believe in the reality or believe the truth or anything. You know what I'm saying? Like everything is like the life is supposed to be somewhat artificial. You know what I'm saying? In every aspect, nothing real about it.
Well, that's the hardest. The hardest thing is to do is to admit you're wrong.
No,
for some people, that literally is the hardest thing for them to do. Is
it's not a lot of people. I know, right? Can't be humble enough. Admit when I'm wrong or say I'm sorry or anything. They have so many different, all the emotions, all these kind of emotions, but the right emotions. We have built with these jealousy, envious, anger, all these other emotions, but they ain't dealing with truth and love and respect and real loyalty. They got loyalty so misconstrued. Like, I'd rather motherfucker be loyal than to love me, but how can you have love without loyalty? How can you have loyalty without real love? Like, but what is the real definition of which I trying to, you know what I'm saying, manifest here? Because it sound like y'all just want a motherfucker to be boo-boo the motherfucker fool, blindfolded into some shit, do some old bullshit.
No, but
that's
people,
exactly what they're. That's what the narrative is, though. Is to just be out there at total anarchy, total chaos, you know. And if you're not doing that, you're not. And it's like, I don't even like. Yeah, it's just crazy. There's nothing there. I seriously feel it almost. It's like the end of days. It's literally like you're just seeing the shit before you. And how can you argue this shit? Like, shit's really happening.
They've been saying it for a long time, but now you're seeing it.
Yeah,
shit's really happening these days.
People are just so
for real. Can we?
No, they so hurt. You know, like I think a lot of people they preparing to set to almost set up relationships, and I ain't talking about just man-woman relationships. I'm talking about work relationships or anything. Like, they almost kind of set them up for failure.
Work relationships?
Yeah, but they bracing themselves for the worst already before anything is transpired. You know, so you know, it kind of leads into like the trust conversation we was having in the one show. So, you know, but people don't want to put themselves out there, and they get scared, and so they so defensive that now they ready to fuck some shit up as opposed to building and doing the right things. You know, so nobody wants to nurture the relationship and do all that. It's a lot easier to just break bad and just say fuck it or not say nothing.
Yeah, just give in. It's easier to give in than fight the system. Like,
right, easier to. Yeah.
No, it's crazy.
And I ain't going for that shit, but I'm coming in with, I'm applying pressure. Every single thing. Fuck that.
Yeah.
And you're gonna hear what I fucking.
That's why you just gotta
like
just stay independent. Don't sign with the brands. Do shit for you, and just get yourself out there. Your name, independently.
You know what? And that's the truth, because I've been hearing a whole lot. Yep, and I've been hearing a whole lot of people. Even NBA YoungBoy done stopped doing what he doing and went to United Masters. I'm on United Masters too. I gotta build up some motherfucking momentum, but I'm on that same stride. Like, I'm not finna cop with no label or none of that shit, because everything is designed for a motherfucker to use your motherfucking ass. And once they done, your ass is trash.
Yeah.
If you ain't got no endorsements, if you ain't got no motherfucker behind you, shit, they done used you up and you washed.
Yeah.
Dried and folded.
Or they
and
just
put up in the drawer. See if somebody gonna pull that out the back of the closet.
And just keep you with whatever.
And they own they own whatever you any piece. Keep you whatever that's how you get that lump sum, and that's it. So any more money get made off this, it's all for me.
And then let you come to us with the idea. If we can't sell it,
you need some, but they ain't gonna give you shit.
You can go ahead, though.
No, I said that's what they do, though. And then they say that they go, you know, let you come with an idea. They're not going to use your little idea. They're gonna do what sells, and they're gonna say no, we looked over this, or we're still looking at it, but we need you to do this in the process, and you make us the money. All the money that you can, and then you just go back when you're not selling them no more. When they can't twist you. That's what they do, man. That's why you got to be independent and just keep all your shit. There's no reason for a record label no more. There's no reason.
No,
you can stream your shit. You can put yourself out there.
No, because they feel like we
They made the record industry
sensitivity. No, what was you saying, Sha'Shay? Go ahead.
Oh, we did. I'm about to say though, they did make the music industry $17 billion this year, and they only paid out 400 million of that 17 billion that they made in the music industry. So the artists only got paid pennies on the dollar compared to $17 billion the industry made.
No,
they paying their workers nothing.
No, that's kind of always been the case though. That's always been the case, and that's why a lot of these artists are staying independent, because they staying away from the 360s and all that, because all that is taken. Man, you talk about production costs and studio costs and all this other stuff. You know, those advances that they giving you. They recoup on those. That's why it's called an advance. It's not like money that they just give you. I'm advancing this to you now.
Giving you.
You know, so
it's coming out of your salary.
Once your shit start rolling, you know what I mean? I'm gonna go ahead and get that up out you. You know, so that's how, and a lot of people don't realize that that's the case, and that's what's happening with these deals, you know. So they put themselves out there. And I know we strayed away from sensitivity and all that, but we end up talking about a lot of stuff, so it'll be okay. y'all will be all right, you know. But I want these artists out here to be able to go independent and get all of the money that they supposed to get, as opposed to having the labels all in the pockets and stuff.
But that way you can do your shit and actually be an artist that you want to be. You don't have to sell. You don't have to sell.
No,
shit.
You don't. And the greatest thing about the world that we live in now, because one of the biggest things to get, to be able to get a record deal for, was the distribution. You don't need that in today's world. The internet is your distributor.
Exactly. You can stream anywhere, do anything.
The internet is
your distributor. That sure is.
So for any artist that's out there, you know what I mean? It's really just a matter of, and a lot of these guys have they pop because they done just that. One of the OGs of that was like Soulja Boy. You know what I mean? Like, he's one of those guys that he was a SoundCloud dude and just kind of put his stuff out there and became viral, and that led to him being on a record deal, you know, him getting a deal, you know. So people just put themselves out there and see what happens sometimes. But a lot of people are afraid to do that, to just kind of take that first step. So
you gotta start somewhere.
Yeah. Oh, you do.
But I could bring like into. I'm sorry.
You good.
But on a sensitivity note with the record labels, I could say the situation with Travis Scott, we could say that with the sensitivity level in the industry is that he was the talent at the concert. He was not in charge of the security and what they were supposed to do in order for them to, protect the people who was at the show. But they made the liability be on the talent. Like, he didn't have no control, or he can go out there and save every single body. He paid already the security people for them to do what they were supposed to do, and they liked on their job. They want to sue him and antagonize his character and say he did all this extra stuff, or he a part of a cult, or he doing this and he doing that. And I just think that because he is in this era where they cracking down on a lot of us black people are becoming woke. He is one of the most highest paid rappers in Universal, because all walks of life love him and come out to his shows. They wanted to attack him on his money, on his whole character, on his brand, in the light of sensitivity, because they scared of his power, I feel like.
No, that's a good point to bring up. I think
what
it's a
he
good
can
point.
do.
No, I think that they, a lot of these situations that these artists get into, just like that one with the Astro World stuff, I think the place the blame on him was kind of the wrong thing to do, but they had to put a face on it, and I do understand that because this was his event, you know, that they had to make it about him, when in actuality it was what you were saying, Sha'Shay. It do break down to a lapse in security, a lapse in all these other things around the situation, because I don't know how he's supposed to control the situation if he on stage and he's just one person.
And the only thing I know is the videos I seen.
One person.
The videos I seen were of a guy telling the people that were doing the camera, and it was right in front of him, and it was visible. It should have been visible to him, and there were people telling, like, there were people saying help on the video that I seen, and it should have been heard by because it was there was the whole VIP section. People were trying to get in. People were trying to get out.
Yeah, no, but I mean,
I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying he was at a bird's
view. But can we talk about what was happening though?
What?
Yeah, no, we could talk about it, but we got less than a little over 2 minutes before this particular show ends. So we probably gonna have to say what you got to say, Sha'Shay, for the next time, because we gonna have to wrap this one up. But
okay.
In closing, I do want to say to everybody out there that this was a fun conversation to be had. We should have some more to talk about. So we probably end up doing like maybe a part 2 to this, actually. So that's what we end up doing. So what I'm gonna do is we gonna come back after I shut this down. You know, for all of y'all out there in YouTube, like, comment, subscribe to the show. It's You Made Roscoe on YouTube. We also have the Facebook page of the same name, You Made Roscoe, and you can see the videos there as well. So if you want to check us out, come on in. And I guess with that being said, come back for part 2 and see what we got to say about the rest of this stuff.
It'll be another rabbit hole.